Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I am officially done with the work that that has kind of shut me down for the past like week and a half, basically almost 2 weeks. But I am done. I am finished with whatever I needed to finish. I'm ready to start on all my new stuff. No one's come to train me yet, so hopefully, like today is Friday, April 24th. Yeah, I just finished up this morning with just a little bit of things that I had left over. I really finished on Wednesday, which was my deadline, but I had to key in some stuff and then I had to drop some stuff, and so that finished happening today. I know y'all don't know what that means, but that's basically what happened. So I'm officially done with that and I feel free. Like, it feels so freeing. But anyway, yeah, so I'll be starting my new work hopefully next week. Someone will be coming to show me what to do. I have some other stuff that I do, but it's definitely not enough to keep me super busy. But anyway, I haven't really had time to physically read anything. I did start at the beginning of this month. I started Panic Room by Robert Goddard. I can't tell you if I like it or not. I kinda do, but then parts of me is like, I don't know if I really like this or not. It's basically about a panic room, and they're kind of just finding out that it's in this house. It's like a modernized kind of home in a very secluded area, so it does have like a creepy kind of vibe to it, but it's just a lot of details going on right now. So someone, I think his name is Don, yeah, Don, it's taken me, like, I'm only like this far in because I haven't had time to like physically read. By the time I go to bed at night, my mind was just exhausted. So I've been reading as much as I possibly can, but it hasn't been much at all. So, but anyway, Don is a real estate agent, and this home is basically being put up for sale by this guy Harkness. His ex, or soon to be ex-wife, is she basically owns it from what I understand, and she wants to sell it and get rid of it. So Don is going to the home to get the layout and get all the measurements, or whatever you do, whatever a real estate agent does, I don't know. But he finds that someone is living there, and this person's name is Blake. It's a woman that claims to be the housekeeper of some sort, but she doesn't seem to be doing any housekeeping. I don't know. So anyway, he's trying to get her out of there, and she doesn't really have anywhere to go. She's like this live-in housekeeper. And then they start kind of learning about the house and about this Harkness guy, because she thinks that he's the owner and he pays her, but yet I think he's in prison. I'm a little confused about what's happening. And then they find this panic room. Like, this is like tucked away in one of the closets in the house or something like that, and it's locked, and it's basically that means that someone should be on the inside of it, because you can only unlock it and open it from the inside. So someone might be in there. I read a little bit this morning, and I'm kind of wondering if I already know who might possibly be in there, but I don't know. So I don't know. I feel like I'm not far enough. I'm only on like page 103. I don't know. I may continue reading that, but we'll see. I actually tried to start a reading vlog on Stephen King's The Running Man, but I just wasn't into it. I was not into the book. The writing is very different. I spoke to Debbie about it, and she said that Stephen King's writing is definitely something that you kind of have to get used to or adapt to. It's definitely different. So I'm not really in the mood for it. I don't really remember how far I got. I know that this guy, his daughter is really ill, this is like based in like 2025. His daughter's really ill. She's like 18 months, and they have like no money. So there's like this game that you can enter to win all kinds of money. So he went to, I guess, apply for this game, and he had to go through like basically a physical, like mentally, physically. It was just weird. It was very weird. And he gets like, I guess, like this card and stating that he's good to go or something like that, and then he gets a uniform, and that's kind of where I'm at. I just wasn't into it. I wasn't into it at all, so I kind of put it aside. I deleted like the whole reading blog of it. I don't know, I might try to get into it again sometime, but as of right now, it's not what I'm feeling. I have listened to a lot of books over this past 2 weeks because I've just been steadily at my desk keying in information, and I've needed something to kind of keep me there and focused and in the moment. So I've listened to a lot of books. If you follow me on Goodreads, you've probably noticed the amount of books that keep interchanging, because I was basically listening to a book a day, almost. I would like start a book and maybe finish it the next morning and then start another book right away. So I went through a lot of books. So anyway, I just finished The Perfect Stranger by Megan Miranda. This one was a lot better than All the Missing Girls, but it was still kind of slow for me. I still got a little bit bored, but I did like the story. I'm about to do my Goodreads review on that, and I need to finish editing. I want to also apologize. I was supposed to have a video go up. I don't remember even when it was supposed to go up, but I had editing issues, and then I ended up not having time to go back and fix those issues. So I'm gonna do that today as well, and hopefully maybe get that video up tonight. So it will be up before this video goes up, because this is going to be a reading vlog just for the weekend, maybe into Monday and Tuesday. We'll see how it goes, because I got a lot of things on the table right now. So like I'm reading the Panic Room. I do want to kind of continue with that and just see how I feel about it. And then I'm going to start today You Are Not Alone by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. This is the Literally Dead book club pick for April. So I'm going to start that today. I think I'm going to, I saw it was available, my arm's getting tired. I saw it was available on Scribd, so I think, because I do have some things around the house that I want to get done, so I might put it in my ear while I'm doing those things, and then maybe sit down and read along with it, depending on how much I like it and if I don't want to stop listening / reading. But yeah, so that's the plan. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna do my Goodreads reviews. I think my brother and them are outside because I hear them chit-chatting, and then I'm gonna edit that video and get that ready to go up. So that's my day so far. It's almost 2 o'clock. My niece is here, but she is still sleeping. So that's why I kind of came out here to talk to y'all. And plus, it's just a beautiful day. It feels really good out here. I'm sitting on my back patio. It's not quite, pool is still really cold. We did start to clean it. We don't cover it, but we do keep on treating it throughout the winter months. But we don't cover it, so it gets filled with leaves and debris and just crap. So, and it did get a little bit of algae in it over the couple months, so I need to get in there and kind of like clean the walls and stuff. But we gave it a good vacuum, 2 vacuums, because it had like a little bit of dirt on the bottom and stuff. So in order to like shock it and get it truly ready for the summer months, we had to kind of backwash it and refill it up and vacuum. And now I need to get in there and clean the walls, but it's still a little too chilly. So, but the water looks beautiful. I'll show y'all in a minute, but I'm so ready, so ready. Our deck to the pool is so old. I can't even tell y'all how old it is. We were just talking this week about there's so many things we want to do. Michael just finished his truck. That was like his main focus. That's why we haven't really been doing a lot of things around the house. The house is probably about 15 years old. And we've just been wanting to start doing different things to it, but he is pretty much finished with his truck. I'll show y'all that too. He is so proud. I'm so proud of him. It's beautiful, but we may be tearing the old deck down this summer because I don't know if it's I'm worried somebody's gonna fall through this thing. It's pretty old and it's tiny. It's T90. But anyway, y'all probably don't care about none of that. I'm just rambling because I miss talking to y'all here on the booktube. I feel like it's been so long, so I apologize for this super long intro. So let me just show y'all Michael's truck. It's a 67 Chevy rebuilt. It was actually his dad's truck when his dad was young. It was in bad shape when Michael hauled it over to the house to start working on it. That was probably around the time that we just started building our house. So he's been working on it for about 15 years. It's so pretty. Blue is his favorite color, as well as my favorite color. I love blue. It's pretty much done. It's insured, it's registered, it's not we do need to go get it inspected, but he's been driving it around a good bit. And there's my sad little pool deck. Very sad little pool. That's my like chair that I lay out on. I have a rug up there, but it needs to come down. But anyway, the water is beautiful. We shocked it and chlorinated it really good. Still need to vacuum a little bit, so a little bit of dirt in there, some leaves left behind. The walls need to be cleaned. I think we're taking this fence down because we needed it for insurance purposes, but I don't think we need it anymore. So anyway, it's bright out there. Yeah, my brother and sister-in-law are outside. But okay, I'm gonna stop chatting because y'all probably don't care about any of that. I'm gonna get to work on what's important, and I'll see y'all soon. Hi.
I was watching Bella. I was like, why are you walking next to me? I slept for once. The whole night. Good? And then I woke up at 4 in the morning.
What time did you fall asleep?
Like 12. That's early for me. I've been falling asleep at 4. And so then I fell asleep at 12. And then I woke up at 4. And it was cold, so I snuck out and I stole
Why you don't like get in the bed?
I don't know. I'm not used to sleeping on top of the bed.
Well, I'm glad you slept good.
Me too.
Hey y'all, it is Saturday now. I didn't do much of anything yesterday except try my best to fully get into this book, and it just wasn't happening. I got maybe about 20, maybe 30 pages in, and I was just like, I don't think this is for me. So I went on Goodreads. It had like a pretty average review of like a 3.6 or something, maybe 4. It's 3 point something on Goodreads. So I started reading reviews, and it had a lot of good 4 stars, a lot of 3 stars. But the like 1 and 2 star reviews that I read were they were like wording out their review exactly kind of how I felt. Like I just couldn't get into it. It felt really slow. I felt like they were putting in these things that I didn't know if they were gonna go through with, because there's just a little bit of like witchcraft thrown in here, and I was kind of interested in that and like, oh, where are they gonna go with that? But they didn't play on it too much. And then there's this whole panic room thing. I mean, I thought this book was gonna be more about this hidden panic room that we learn about in the beginning. But really what it's basically about is this guy, this pharmaceutical entrepreneur is what they're calling him in this book. I'm not sure exactly what he does because I don't read it or haven't got that far. But he is arrested for something, and he's like, he's doing some bad things, from what I gather. And there's this missing girl as well. So that kind of comes into play. They're calling it, like on Goodreads, they're calling it an economical thriller. And I can see where that is, and I'm not into that. What I wanted the panic room to be is not what the panic room is for. I went ahead and I read someone's spoiler review because I was like, I don't think I'm gonna continue with this book. I did DNF it. So yeah, I read the spoiler review and I was not I was not impressed. That's not the way I was hoping this book would go. So there's that. I'm no longer reading it. That's 2 books for the month of April that I technically DNF'd. The Running Man though, I may try to revisit it because I really do want to try a good Stephen King, but I don't know. I'm not quite in the mood for it. So I did start Out of Uniform book 7. This is the last, I'll put a picture of it here. This is A Rough Terrain by Annabeth Albert. This is the last one in the series as of right now. I don't know if she's gonna write any more. I haven't really looked into that, but I'm only on chapter 4. I'm really enjoying it. I knew it was gonna be available on Scrib by the end of this month, so I saw it was available today because I was gonna start, which I probably am gonna start physically reading You Are Not Alone sometime today. But I'm just getting some things done. Like I just did my nails. I do want to film a video. There's some other chores that I want to get done today, but eventually I'm going to be sitting down with nothing to do, so I would like to start this. I may listen to it as I read along as well. But anyway, I was kind of in the mood for male romance. So I started Rough Terrain sometime this morning, so like I said, I'm on chapter 4. I'm really enjoying it so far. You definitely don't have to read these books in order. I mean, it does help, especially to get to know the other characters, because they all make pretty much, they're all in the books. All the characters that we know and love from previous books are definitely in the other books, but each story is in itself. So you don't have to know those characters if you don't want to, but I've loved every book so far. Maybe only one book I wasn't crazy about, and that might have been the 3rd book. I think it was the 3rd book. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll talk about it more in my April wrap up, because I did pretty much finish listening to this series this month. But in this book we have one of the guys, one of the Navy SEALs. His like nickname is Rooster, and he's bi. He does like workout videos on Instagram, and every Friday him and his buddies go get a smoothie at this smoothie place that does like these specials, and it's like Fitness Friday or something like that. And of course there's this cute guy that works behind the counter. So we get the story from both perspectives, of course. So we get the story from Rooster, and then we also get, I think his name is Cannon. Yes, his name is Cannon. So anyway, they kind of meet and they chit chat a little bit at the smoothie place, and they just kind of met up, and I wouldn't say it was a date, but they just like hung out. I'm just in the beginning of it. Don't really know Rooster's character very well yet. Don't really know Cannon's character very well yet. But Cannon used to be a drummer for this band. And of course Rooster loves the band. So Cannon Cannon's older bandmates want him to go on this camping trip, and they want him to bring somebody. So just out of pressure, he's just like, well, I have a SEAL boyfriend and I don't know if he's gonna be able to come. Just to kind of like be like, I may not be bringing anybody. Well, now he feels pressure that he has to bring somebody, so he kind of throws that out there to Rooster. But for right now, Rooster's not having it, so we'll see how that goes. So it's kind of like a fake boyfriend kind of trope I feel like this book is going to be, so I'm interested to see where they're going to take that and how their relationship is going to grow from there. So I'm excited about that. I need to wash my makeup brushes, so I'll probably do that while I listen to Rough Terrain. I think I want to make like banana bread or something. I do need to film a video, so that'll be happening today. It is now 5:07. I need to take this timer off. I made some banana bread. I don't know. I think I might have overdid it. I'm not the best baker, but I had some super ripe bananas. This is what we got. So she still smells really good, but I don't know. But I don't know if it's gonna be any good. During all that, I've been listening to Rough Terrain. I'm on chapter, what chapter am I on? Chapter 11. There's 28 chapters, it's really good. So they went on like this camping trip. Anyway, so he ends up bringing Rooster, or Renzo. Turns out Rooster doesn't like his SEAL nickname. His real name is Renzo, so that's what Cannon has been calling him. So Rooster, or Renzo, is thinking that Cannon's just bringing him as like, fake boyfriend kind of thing, and he's trying to like keep his feelings at bay because he doesn't want his heart to get broken. And then Cannon's over here like, I really do like you. This isn't, in his mind, he doesn't know what Renzo is thinking. So he doesn't understand why Renzo is like kind of keeping this like guard up against him. They are super hot together. I will say that. There was like one little encounter so far. But it's been sort of, it wasn't too much of a slow burn, but it's definitely something that's kind of building to the right moment, I guess you could say. But I'm really liking it, so I think I'm gonna continue just listening, and I need to finally clean my makeup brushes. Happy Sunday, y'all. I did not do anything with myself today except wash my face, brush my teeth, put some dry shampoo in, called it a day. But I did finish Rough Terrain earlier this morning, and then I went right before lunch. It is currently 1:02. I went to have lunch at my parents' house. I was in the middle of epilating, and my mom texted and said she had lunch, so I'm about to finish epilating, but I'm gonna start listening to You Are Not Alone by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I might go sit outside and read along with the audio. But yeah, it's just a low-key Sunday. I just realized I forgot to tell y'all about Rough Terrain. It was really good. I think I'm giving it like 4 stars. It wasn't, it wasn't my favorite, but I loved it. I loved Annabeth Albert's writing. I love her series that she puts out. She's one of my favorite male romance authors. So in this one, it's Renzo, or Rooster. You'll hear, if you do read the other series or the other books in the series, Rooster's name will pop up, but he prefers to be called Renzo. So this is Renzo and Cannon's story. And I know I gave y'all some information when I first started listening to it. It's narrated by Greg Boudreau, which is one of my favorite male romance narrators. I love his voice. I love the voice that he gives his characters. So Renzo is a SEAL, and but that's kind of played in the background. Of course, later on in the book he is deployed, and you know that kind of brings a little bit of a situation between the couple. But other than that, I mean, it's really kind of in the background, as it is in most of the books in this series. But their relationship was really fun, and I loved how they met, or like Cannon works at he's going to school to be a nurse, and he works at a smoothie shop. So Renzo has come in before for smoothies. Renzo's a big fitness guy, has like this Instagram account, but that's kind of in the background as well. And so anyway, they've kind of been knowing each other and sort of like been admiring each other from afar, and they finally strike up like a little bit of a relationship. And Renzo ends up going on this camping trip with Cannon and his old bandmates. Some things happen there. It's just in all her books, it's non-stop. You don't get bored. There's a lot of things going on. Their relationship, things outside of the relationship, like Cannon's grandpa. He's taking care of his grandpa, so he lives not in the same house, but like there's an apartment on the side of the house that Cannon lives in with his grandfather. And so there's that story there. And then Renzo's family also has a little bit of a background in this story, and I kind of got a little annoyed with Renzo's mom, because, you know, Renzo is bi, so of course she had it in her mind that any guys he might date could be a phase. I mean, she never like comes out and says that, but it's sort of like, that's sort of how I took it, that, you know, she's okay with him being bi and being with a guy if that's what he wants, but in her mind it's gonna come down to he's gonna end up with a woman, and they're gonna give her grandchildren. And that just like kind of like just pissed me off a little bit, because when Renzo starts to express his feelings about Cannon and he brings him around to his family, she sees that, you know, he's serious, so she kind of puts it in his head, oh, you know, this is freaking love bugs. this is too soon, you know. In other words, this is a little phase you're going through. This isn't the one, you know. And he tries to tell her, you know, you and Dad met each other and it was love at first sight. And she's like, yeah, but it was such a struggle. And I'm like, woman, shut it with your bullshit. So she annoyed me a little bit, as, you know, she's like she's putting all these thoughts in Renzo's head that doesn't need to be there. He knows how he feels about Cannon, and that's all that matters. And he's, you know, and so that's the only part of the book that annoyed me, as far as, you know, as far as not liking anything in the book. That's really the only thing that I didn't like, was I just kind of got annoyed with Renzo's mom. But there's a little background with Renzo's older brother. I don't want to give it away in case you want to read the book or the series. And like I said, you can actually read these out of order. You don't have to. You can just pick one up if you prefer one over the other. All the characters make a cameo appearance in the book, so just keep that in mind, although it's, you know, it's not relevant to the story that you're reading. So just want to throw that out there in case you don't want to read the whole thing. Maybe a couple stories catch your eye. But yeah, I really love this one. This was the 7th book in the series. I don't know if it's the final one. I hope not, because I'd really like to hear more about more of the other guys, but I'm trying to like go back and think. I don't know if there's anybody left. This might be that might be the last book in the series. But I still have to say my favorites are the first book and the second book. The first book is Off Base, I believe. And the second one is At Attention. I don't know. I'll put them down below. I'll put the whole series down below if you want to check it out. all 7 books, but the first 2 I have to say are my favorite. So I have been listening to You Are Not Alone while I've been doing some things around the house. I'm gonna chill and continue to listen, and I'm gonna read along with it. It's really good so far. I'm on chapter 9, and each chapter is from someone new's point of view. It's basically Cassandra and Jane, and then from Shay's point of view. That's our 3 like main characters. There is a death right in the beginning of the book. And I just read a chapter or listened to a chapter that was 10 days ago. So it was before her death, so it's from her point of view. So we're getting, as I kind of flip through, I see that she's still in here, so she's telling her story throughout the book. So I'm intrigued. It's a little creepy. The Cassandra and Jane, they have like a little creepiness to them. Tell me, these love bugs. See that? They're everywhere. Yeah, they're pretty creepy. There's some sort of club. I don't know if this is sort of cult related. I don't really know yet, but they seem to have some sort of group. It's a group of ladies. So they're putting on the funeral for this particular person that just died. But they're like saying like, okay, we're our group, we're all in a book club. And I'm like, what are you people really? So I'm sure we'll get to that. I don't know if it's gonna be culty. I'm not sure yet, but I'm liking it. It's got a creepy vibe to it, especially those 2. So I'm gonna sit here and read along while I listen, because I'm really liking the narration. It's on Scribd right now. I checked my library, but it wasn't available. But it is on Scribd right now, and it's narrated by 2 narrators. So each person has a voice, so it's really good. I'm really liking it, so we're gonna continue. It's now Monday around 10:30. I just finished a workout and ate breakfast and got myself settled in to get a little bit of work done. I know I look a mess. I was going to, I need to probably go take a bath real quick, probably before I settle into work. Just wanted to update y'all on what's happening on the reading front. I read along with the audiobook to You Are Not Alone, and I got to chapter 23 yesterday. I'm really liking it. It's really good. I'm still wondering if there's like some sort of, I don't know if I want to call it a cult or just like some sort of girl group that are, I don't even know what they might be doing. We following basically along, we following a couple characters actually, but our main 3 characters are Shay and Cassandra and Jane. Cassandra and Jane are like very successful PR type people. I think they started their own company, but like on the side, it's almost like they have this little group of women that get revenge on men or anyone that has hurt anyone in their group. So I don't know for sure what these group of women are, but we're going back in time, like so there are different timelines, which I'm loving. We're going back like 20 years back when like Jane and Cassandra were like 11 years old, 11, 12 years old, something like that. And also back into Shay's life. We're also seeing some incidents that happened to other girls that are in the group, like Valerie, Amanda, another girl, Beth, maybe. All these women have had something happen to them, and the other person got away with it, basically, whether it was a man or a woman. I said men, but really one of the incidents was like this kind of abusive mother situation. But anyway, I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, it's really good. So I don't really know what kind of little group they got going on, but we're just kind of getting stories of everybody, and we're jumping back in time to see kind of where this all started to lead up to, I guess, what's going down. But I'm loving it, really into it. I also started last night just because I wanted to kind of continue reading this just with my eyes, but I'm loving the audiobooks so much. I want to wait till I can listen, but I might not, because I'm very much into, this is my Nook, but I'll post a picture of it right here. This is Virgin Flyer by Lucy Lennox. And I just wanted something to read last night. I just wanted to relax in the tub. Like yesterday, for some reason, was just such a long day. I didn't really do much of anything. I mean, I did stuff around the house. I sat and read like most of the evening, but for some reason I was just tired. And I'm thinking like the last couple weeks or last week and a half are starting to catch up with me, and my brain's not working as hard, and my body's just like coming down from like such a high of trying to get all my work done in a short amount of time. So I was just really tired last night, and I just wanted something fun and fresh and didn't require too much thinking. So I picked up Virgin Flyer on Kindle Unlimited. So it's really good. I am loving it. I'm on chapter, let me see where I'm at. I'm on chapter 16, and we're following along with Jack and Tio. Tio, oh, I'm just like so in love with these two characters. Tio is basically in love with his best friend. His best friend isn't technically out. He's only dated women as far as Tio knows, but he's kind of like made Tio think that there's something there between them, and just kind of keeps telling him, just wait, just wait, just wait. So Tio has kind of like been holding out on Chris. His name is Chris, and so he's a virgin. He's never you know, had a relationship with anyone, never really wanted another relationship with anyone. He's been waiting for Chris. And so one night he just like gets fed up, and he puts something out there on like Grindr or something, Tinder, I'm not sure what app he used, and basically saying anyone out there that just wants like no strings attached, no talking, just love me and treat me like I'm your true love, and I'm the one you want to protect. And it was such a sweet little thing. It's just all he wanted was to feel loved. And so he hooks up with this anonymous guy. At the time, they only know each other as their handles, which Jack is a pilot, so his handle was Fly Guy, and Tio is a nurse, so his handle was Nurse T. And so they only know each other like that. So when they meet, oh my god, and that's at the very beginning of the book. So I'm not like giving anything away. That's like right at the beginning. So when they meet and they have their night together, yo, that was the best, I don't know, love-making, sex scene, whatever you want to call it, I think I have ever read. It was so sweet and sensual and intimate and just sexy, and I was just like, I don't know if I've ever read anything more sexier and sweet as this. I don't even know. That's the best scene, in my opinion, that I can remember ever reading about, as maybe as far as like in a male-male romance, maybe still even in a female-male romance. I don't remember reading something so intimate and sexy and sweet. It just blew me away. I was just like in the tub, like just so into it, like, oh my god, this is the best ever. So sweet. Highly recommend it. fell in love with Tio and Jack right away. I don't care for Chris. I'm only on chapter 16. So more things have happened since then. And yeah, so I'm really into this book. I'm really loving it. I read another chapter while I ate my breakfast, and I had to like make myself put it away because I need to get to work, but it is so good. Highly, highly recommend it. So yeah, so that's my update. That's kind of where I'm at. So I need to get to work and hopefully get some more reading done later. I just finished Virgin Flyer. So good. So good, y'all. Highly recommend it. I kind of pretty much told y'all mostly about it already, but yeah, it's the story of Tio and Jack and how sort of like a hookup app brought them together. And of course there's backstories as well. Jack's a pilot, Tio is a nurse, and he has a little bit of a backstory with his best friend Chris. So there's a lot of that going on. There's also a little bit of backstory of like kind of Chris's family. Something happens in Chris's family, and of course Tio is very close to his family because they've been best friends since like, I don't know, 6th grade or something crazy like that. But it was so good. I love Tio and Jack. They have my heart. I will forever remember this book. 5 stars for sure. It's a must. It's definitely a must. Highly, highly recommend it. Beautiful, sweet, sexy as all get out love story. So that's that. I've listened to a little bit more of You Are Not Alone. I think I'm on like chapter 28 or something like that. I am probably going to listen to it the rest of this evening. It is like Monday evening, almost 7:30, 7:20 actually right now. It was kind of a weird Monday. I guess it was weird because I wasn't scrambling to get stuff done for work. It was just like an easy breezy kind of work day, you know, just a regular work day. Took little breaks here and there, had my lunch break. It was nice. It was very nice from what my days have been for the last week and a half, or maybe 2 weeks. I don't even know how long it's been. It seems like it's been forever, but I know it hasn't been that long. But anyway, I need to update my Goodreads, do some reviews on there, so I'm gonna do that now, and probably just spend the rest of the evening reading. And yeah, that's about it. That's life these days, y'all. What are y'all up to? Happy mail today. I know what this is. It's not a surprise. I've been waiting for it to come in. This is the Literally Dead book club pick for May that we'll be reading. I went ahead and I got the book because it was so cheap on Amazon. It was like $7.26, something crazy like that. It was around the same. I was gonna get it on Book Outlet, but it was around the same price on Amazon. So it is Fragments of the Lost by Megan Miranda. I'm kind of worried because my last 2 Megan Miranda reads weren't like the best. I still have another book that on my TBR that I want to read by her, but I've also heard negative things about that one. I've never heard of this book, so maybe this one will be better than what I have read from this author so far. But anyway, I thought the book was just so pretty. I have never heard of this, so I don't know what it's about. It says, what if everything you thought you knew about someone was a lie? I filled boxes, labeled them shirts, pants, shorts, socks. They tower along the wall, but the room is still full. He's still everywhere. It's Saturday afternoon and there are 6 boxes of Caleb on the staircase. And I'm wondering how much longer it will take before the room becomes something else. Before I stop seeing him in every corner, every heartbeat, every tick of the godforsaken clock. Before I can breathe deeply without this suffocating feeling. It's the pictures I decide, his eyes, they're everywhere. It doesn't tell you much about what this book is about, except maybe a guy named Caleb. Maybe a lost love of some sort. In what way? I don't know. Did he leave her? Is he gone? Did he pass away? I don't know. I'm interested. So we're gonna start reading this next month in May. So you'll see this on my May TBR coming up soon. I don't know what else I'm gonna read in May. April was just kind of like all over the place. I'm almost done with You Are Not Alone though. I'm not as super impressed with it as I was hoping to be. It's still a good read, but I'm almost done. We'll talk about it a little more later. I'm gonna try out this wine with over some ice, because it almost has, I probably should put it in the refrigerator, but it almost has like a rosé kind of vibe to it, but it's very dry. So I'm wondering if it will be better cold. So we're gonna try it over some ice. I don't know. Okay, I just finished You Are Not Alone. 3 stars. It was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to it as well. I read along with it at times. Sometimes I didn't. But I really did enjoy the narration. It was narrated by 2 different narrators. So kind of Shay is one of our main characters, so she had her own voice. And then Cassandra and Jane were our other 2 sort of main characters that we're following. They had their own voice as well. So it was 2 women narrators. So I really enjoyed that part. Like I said, I really did like it, but it was nothing epic. It was just what it is. It was just a good sort of mystery thriller. And I don't even know if I would say thriller. I guess it could be considered like a psychological, because they sort of played with this girl. So Cassandra and Jane are sisters, and you kind of get their story throughout the book. It'll go back like 20 years or like 10 years or 19 years or whatever piece of information you need at that time in the book. It's gonna go, you know, it's gonna give that to you. So a little bit of timelines here and there. We also get timelines from other girls that are in the group with Cassandra and Jane. It never really said what type of group they were. I know I mentioned like a cult or something like, but it's not culty. It's definitely not culty. It's just this group of women that are out for revenge, basically. And it's sort of all boils down to like, at first I was like, okay, so these women are just out to get revenge on whoever may have hurt someone. But how do you get into this group? And, you know, do you get into this group because you want to get revenge on somebody? You know, I never really got what was going on with that until the very end. You know, you get all your details and you get whatever information you need to know. So I get it now. But yeah, so the synopsis kind of throws you off a little bit, which is cool, you know, but I thought I was going to get some sort of stalker type of story, like maybe on both ends, like Shay wanting to be these girls, but she did in a way, you know, she just admired them because they were successful, 2 sisters basically running their own business, and she just wanted to be their friend and wanted to be included in their group. But the other 2 sisters are just, I don't know, like I never really understood their purpose. They were there form this little group to get revenge on others. And other women join their group because they wanted revenge on others. And Cassandra and Jane kind of made that happen. So that's kind of how the vibe throughout the book. Until you get to the very end where it all boils down to like one specific detail. And that detail was just not epic. It wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't what I was hoping it would build up to be. But anyway, it was still a good story. I still enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoyed listening to it. I enjoyed reading it. I enjoyed the timelines, getting to know these characters. But yeah, 3 stars. It was okay. Wasn't nothing epic about it, but I still liked the story, and I liked Shay. I got very attached to Shay. I could never get attached to Cassandra and Jane because I just knew something was up with them two. Yeah. So yeah, I really like Shay's character, and I liked her roommate. He's a guy. He doesn't have much of a part in the book, but he's just kind of there in the background. But I like that he was there for her when she needed him, even though he had a girlfriend. But yeah, I think that's all my thoughts on this book. The colder it gets, maybe a little bit better it gets. Still not digging it though. But anyway, all right, y'all, I think I'm going to end the video here. It is, what is today? Today is Wednesday. So I definitely want to end this here so I can get this up for y'all for the weekend. I think we read 3 books over since last Friday. So yeah, good times. I had a good time. We listened to Rough Terrain, which was the 7th book in the Out of Uniform series by Annabeth Albert. I'll put a picture of it here. I love the story of Renzo and Cannon, such sweet guys. And then I read Virgin Flyer by Lucy Lennox. I'll put that up here. Absolutely loved this book. Oh my goodness, it was so good. This story between Jack and Tio was just so heartwarming. Tio is like my new favorite person. I just fell in love with him. And Jack. Jack is such a good guy. I loved him so much. And their little story was just so cute. And then our little thriller, You Are Not Alone. Still good, even though it wasn't anything epic or anything that I'll be thinking about again. I'll probably forget about it over the next couple weeks. So probably something that's not memorable, but it was fine. I still enjoyed it. My Snapchat is going off. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching along with this reading vlog. Hope y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see y'all in my next video. I'll have all 3 of these books linked down below if you want to check them out for yourself. Also, I have my book of the month link down below if you want to check out book of the month for yourself. Yes, everything will be linked down below. Anything you want will be linked down below in the description box. Other videos to watch, my Amazon wish lists, any other thing you're looking for, it'll be down there. All my social medias. Cheers, hugs all around. I hope y'all are all still staying safe and staying home. But even when we do get to go back out into the world, just continue to stay safe. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.